Good morning, my beautiful woman. Welcome to an episode of Lingerie and Lattes. I have something interesting in store for us and for today, and I'm going to pull some oracle cards. So get settled into your space. Put your attention and focus on your body for a moment, and just check in on where you are today. Check in what your emotional state is, what your experience with your heart and your yoni is today. Following along with that deep breath, so today we have the White Light Oracle deck, which is one of my favorites. It's a very powerful deck. There's a lot of great description here. It's by Alana Fairchild. And we're just going to ask for a message to guide us in today's subject, which is going to be regarding women and how we can stay in the present in order to really shine in our relationships. Okay, so before I pull the card, I have recently, yesterday, uploaded a new episode for my Vulcanability library, which is all about the beautiful anatomy that we have between the legs. And I have this model, Vulcanability. We look at the clitoris and what the anatomical structure is of a clitoris, where these different glands are, and how to actually use this information to your best pleasure. So you can actually experience more sensation in your body by actually learning what a clitoris looks like. So please remember to check that out in the Vulcanability library. It's only $25 a month. Absolute steal for the information that's there. Anyways, let's move into the card pull. This is Beatitude of Rapture. And it's a very sensual image. I'm not sure if there's clarity in the image, but there's a certain sense of ecstasy that's occurring in that image. So let's see what the message is. Let your true self be seen. Trust yourself. When we are beheld, the need to behold arises. We need to bear witness to the sacred to acknowledge what is true, which means cutting through the fog of illusion, deception, and confusion with the clarifying knife of higher perception. Okay, so I think this is a beautiful segue into today's subject about being present, because there's sometimes a lot of confusion surrounding our relationships and how we can improve and not necessarily change our partners, but advance our relationships to the next stage, whether that be through intimacy, through vulnerability, or any aspect. The way that we can connect to offering someone something that which we want. Let's say our relationships are going in a smooth direction, but we want more intimacy or pleasure with our partners, and we would want our man to initiate that. How do we kind of approach this idea? How can we start to move in that direction in order to even bring up this idea to our partners? Because perhaps that conversation is very stressful to us. So what this card, this Beatitude of Rapture, allowing yourself to be seen as your true self, that's in relation to being present with the self and with the now. As women, we tend to be a circular being. I've already spoken about this multiple times in different videos. So men are very linear, they're very structured, singular, but women are more wavy, a webby-like structure, a liquid that takes form for whatever container it's in. We are a lot more malleable. We don't have a straight linear line. We have ebbs and flows. So a lot of the times we can exist in the past and in the future, because in real terminology, there is no sense of time. So the past and the present are still present right now, the past and the future. are still present right now, but sometimes our mind can be too involved in one of those, be those past or those to be present. And when we avoid being present in the now, which is a spectacular quality of men, they're extremely good at being present in the now. They don't necessarily have too many attachments or baggages from the past that are ever present on their minds in a similar way that women do. This is a bit of a difference. Men are able to be a little bit more um, focused on what's occurring in front of them versus fantasizing or reminiscing. Women are naturally more inclined to reminisce on something that has happened, good or bad, ruminate on it, or also think ahead and want to always visualize and live in this kind of la la land that may not actually be the path you're on right now. So the power of being present, of including that masculine natural trait into our day-to-day lives is the perfect segue of being our true self. Because when we are too wrapped up into the feminine of time doesn't exist, I can still think about what I want and not necessarily address what's happening right now in this reality, that can sometimes deter us from the actual vision that we are looking to seek. So take a moment to recognize how often you do check out of your present day. Okay. This was a big subject that came up for me over this weekend, and there was no issue that I was necessarily working on in my life. And I noticed that there was perhaps a sense of wrongness, of unfamiliarity, that there was nothing I was looking to grow towards. So my new challenge was to accept what is. And accepting what is similar, is simultaneous, I would say, to being in the present. A lot of the times that's why we don't want to be in the present, because we can't accept what's happening right now, because it doesn't look like the polished version we thought it would look like at this stage, or we can't simply let go of what has happened, and we've tried many times. But the best way to perhaps use another tool to put the baggage away or to reel us back into what's happening now so we can actually achieve that dream that we want, we can start to be a little bit more grounded. Noticing when we take a sip of water, how does it feel in the mouth? Does it feel different in the body? Can you feel the coolness running down the back of your throat? Where does that sensation stop? I love the senses in order to slow down and be more present, because this is a very difficult subject for me. Personally, I'm always looking to do and create more, and perhaps being here is a very uncomfortable position for me. So I understand if this is a challenge. However, the best way we can actually feel gratitude for our lives is to be aware of what's happening now. Because at one point you had wanted to be here, you had a strong desire to create something in your life that's now a normality for you. I think that is the wrap up for my beautiful sessions today. I hope this was resonating with you all, and we will speak at the next Lingerie and Lattes. And before we sign off, remember that we have an Etsy store with all the tools to uncover the pleasure in your body. If you go and shop for your own body, see what your desires are, and you couple that with the anatomy masterclass that I mentioned at the beginning, stored in the Vulcan Ability Library, I promise you, you're going to have a roadmap for your vulva and the pleasures that are stored within her. So thank you so much for showing up for yourself and for your yoni, and have a magical weekend. Bye, ladies.